Quick announcement. I recently came across another creator who makes beautiful 3D printed deck boxes. I am not sponsored, I'm not getting a kickback or anything. I got his permission to post a link to his Etsy store down below. Feel free to check him out. After the video, of course. Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. I first got into Magic back in 1994. I played Type 2, also known as Standard, as well as some other formats that don't exist anymore, and loved it. I became pretty good at the game and quit back in 2004 because Cute Stuff and I had a baby on the way, and diapers are expensive. Well, about 7 years ago, that same baby, now an 11-year-old, came to me and said, "Daddy, I want to learn how to play Magic." They have been to big Magic events and still love the game. Like me, they moved away from Standard into Commander. Today, to mark us playing Magic together for almost 7 years, I decided to update one of their favorite decks. We've had a lot of really good enchantments printed in the last few years, and I wanted to see what we could do with their Alela Artful Provocateur deck. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Alela Artful Provocateur is a 4-mana 2/3 legendary fairy warlock with flying, death touch, and lifelink. She gives other flying creatures we control +1/+0. Additionally, whenever we cast an artifact or enchantment spell, we create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token with flying. Alela is what we call an army in the can. She can rebuild an entire board by herself with just a couple of spells. My favorite way to build Alela came about many years ago when Jiraiya and I were discussing how anthems don't really have a place in Commander. As old school players, we used to run anthems in white weenie decks. Savannah Lions gets really scary when it's a 5/4. And then it hit us. With Alela, not only would anthems grow our board, they would also create the very creatures we were growing. So we built this deck. Now, keep in mind this deck was built for someone who was, at the time, 14. The deck hasn't changed much, but I felt it needed an upgrade. Especially with so many interesting and new enchantments that have been printed, like the new Rooms from Duskmourn. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this purple one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional Commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. For lands, we're running Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Marsh Flats, Arid Mesa, Scalding Tarn, Verdant Catacombs, Rafine's Tower, Hallowed Fountain, Watery Grave, Godless Shrine, Sea of Clouds, Morphic Pool, Vault of Champions, Deserted Beach, Shipwreck Marsh, Shattered Sanctum, Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, Isolated Chapel, Meticulous Archive, Undercity Sewers, Shadowy Backstreet, Bajuka Bog, 4 Plains, 4 Islands, and 3 Swamps. Not exactly budget, I know. Nothing but the best for my kids. For mana ramp, we've got Heraldric Banner, Smothering Tithe, Black Market Connection, Smuggler's Share, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Hierarchy, Azorius Signet, Dimir Signet, Orzhov Signet, and Chromatic Lantern. Gotta get those fairies out somehow. Our card advantage package consists of Phyrexian Arena, Rhystic Study, Enlightened Tutor, Demonic Tutor, Vidant of Thassa, Coastal Piracy, Reconnaissance Mission, Greed, Kindred Discovery, Teferi's Ageless Insight, Wizard Class, Takassia's Welcome, Enduring Curiosity, and Bolus's Citadel. I know, it's mean. We're an Esper. What did you expect? For interaction, we're running Ghostly Prison, Propaganda, Blind Obedience, and Authority of the consoles is Stacks Effects, Darksteel Mutation, Unable to Scream, and The Eldest Reborn for creature removal, Disenchant, Fracture, and Generous Gift for more spot removal, Counterspell, and Dovin's Veto for counter magic and protection, as well as Leyline of the Void to prevent our opponents from using their graveyards. For board wipes, we've got Cyclonic Rift and Farewell. Simple and powerful. The core of our deck consists of In the Trenches, Glorious Anthem, Spear of Heliod, Dictate of Heliod, Boon of the Spirit Realm, Radiant Destiny, Rally the Ranks, Favorable Winds, Inspiring Leader, Etchings of the Chosen, Intangible Virtue, Gravitational Shift, True Conviction, Dollmaker's Shop Porcelain Gallery, Elish Norn Grand Cenobite, and Coat of Arms. What? Not all anthems are enchantments. Protecting our commander, we've got Swiftfoot Boots and Lightning Greaves. Finally, to help increase our army size, we've got Anointed Procession, Mondrak Glory Dominus, and Odretak Deepest Foundation. Gotta love token doublers. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources, but between 36 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. A little light, but this deck draws a ton of cards, so it's fine. 14 pieces of card advantage, 14 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Leyline of the Void, Farewell, and Bojuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Elish Norn Grand Cenobite. I'm not even joking. Have you ever seen an army of fairies that were larger than dragons or dinosaurs? I have. It's scary. And Elish Norn, combined with the other anthems we have in this deck, makes it happen. Now, my child isn't a huge fan of counter magic, but after losing more than one game to Ink Shield, I've convinced them to at least run a couple. That, and this is the kind of deck where you really want your commander on board, so having some counterspells to help protect her from spot removal or board wipes is pretty smart. My child loves their deck, but unfortunately it is buried in our storage unit and we haven't been able to get it out. Maybe we could build this one as a proxy until we can pull the real version out from the storage unit. Do you have an Alela Artful Provocateur deck? What theme is your deck? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Nathan. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Borgie, Nazwin, Midge, Alex, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Austin, William Pye, Turner, Triz, Kazaris, Slack, Booksu, Patrick, Vox, Liam, and Travis. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.